Alright, so for this video I'm going to show you two things. First of which, we're going to write the equation of a parabola given that we have a vertex and another point, and we're going to start by doing it in vertex form. That's the easiest way to do this. And then we're actually going to use that answer and then in part B convert it to standard form. So it's going to be a practice of two things. So first, it's important, really important to remember that vertex form has a general equation of y equals a parentheses x minus h squared plus k, remembering that the vertex is h comma k. And that's exactly where we're going to start. We're going to write this out. So we got y equals, and that's kind of a crappy y, so let's fix that up real quick. Y equals a times, now the vertex is negative 2, 3, so h is negative 2, right? And then k is 3. So when I do this, remember that the vertex form, it's always the opposite. So if it's a negative 2 for x, it's really going to say x plus 2 squared. And then at the end is a positive 3, just as it would be in the vertex. So that's your first step. Step 1 is to put the vertex in. Notice nothing else changed. Now, in this problem, we're eventually going to have to solve for a. We need to solve for a. That's the one thing that we were not given, is a. Now you might say, well, there's a y and an x in the problem. How do we know those things, right? Well, we were given another point. Another point was x, y. That's just a random x, y point on the graph. So instead of y, I can put in my y point, which is 11. I still don't know a. Remember, that's what I was going to solve for. But now I know my x as well. My x is 2. So 2 plus 2 squared plus 3. And then that really means that if I go up here, 11 equals a times, now 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4 squared is 16, so that's really 16 there, plus 3. And then remember, I'm solving for a, so I'm going to subtract 3 over, right? I'm going to subtract 3, and I get 8 equals 16a. And then if I'm solving for a, I divide by 16, and a is going to end up equaling 1/2, because 8 over 16 reduces. So my final answer here is essentially, my final answer is this, is the equation with the vertex in it, except I need to replace a, but I just found it, right? So y is going to equal not a, but now 1/2 x plus 2 quantity squared plus 3. So I have to put the vertex in, and I have to find a. Now, in the second part, part B, you need to turn this into standard form. The only way you're going to be able to do that is by foiling it all out. So x plus 2 squared is the first thing you need to do. Now, x plus 2 squared, don't forget, is really x plus 2 times x plus 2. And then we have a 1/2 that's going to have to multiply by the whole thing. So really we have y equals half of x plus 2 squared, you need to be able to do, right? It's x squared plus 4x plus 4. If you were to FOIL it all out, combine like terms, that's what you get. Still, don't forget about the plus 3 at the end. Now we got to do half of all that, and that's distributing. So half of x squared is just half x squared. Half of 4x is just 2x. And half of 4 is 2. Plus 3 more. And then like terms, you get y equals 1/2 x squared plus 2x plus 5. That is your answer. Those two graphs are exactly the same. If you were to graph them, they would be exactly the same spot. Hopefully this helps. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's usually not too bad. Just be careful on a couple things, and you should be okay.